Hey, what's up guys? Steve here, and today we're going to take a look at the 50 highest selling 1987 through 1994 Michael Jordan basketball cards from the PWCC weekly auction that ended on May 19th. And we'll kick today's list off at number 50 with Michael Jordan's 1992 MVP foil Panini sticker with sticker number 20. This was a PSA 8 and it sold for $32.40. Up next at number 49 is this 1991 Upper Deck Award winner holograms Michael Jordan, card number AW1. This was a PSA 8 and it also sold for $32.40. Coming in at number 48 is this 1993 Skybox Premium Center Stage Michael Jordan, card number CS1. This Jordan was in a PSA 8 and it sold for $33.60. Up next at number 47 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1990 Skybox basketball set with card number 41. This was an SGC 9.5 and it sold for $33.60. We get our first Jordan from the 1980s at number 46 with this 1989 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 200. This was a PSA 9 and it also sold for $33.60. Coming in at number 45 is this 1992 Upper Deck Award winner hologram Michael Jordan, card number AW9. This was a PSA 8 and it sold for $34.80. Up next at number 44 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Hoops Supreme Court with card number SC11. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $39.60. Coming in at number 43 is this 1991 Upper Deck Award winner holograms Michael Jordan with card number AW1. This hologram was in a PSA 9 and it sold for $39.60. Up next at number 42 is Michael Jordan's All-Star card from the 1990 Fleer basketball set with card number 5. This was an SGC 9.5 and it also sold for just short of $40. Coming in at number 41 is this 1993 Hoops Supreme Court Michael Jordan, card number SC11. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for just over $40. Hey guys, I usually do my best at filtering out duplicate cards, but as I'm editing this video I realized I've made a mistake and this is the same card we saw at number 44. Up next at number 40 is this Michael Jordan's Playground from the 1990 Hoops basketball set with card number 382. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $40.80. Coming in at number 39 is this 1993 Finest Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a PSA 8 and it sold for $43.20. Up next at number 38 is this 1991 Nike Do You Know 90 Michael Jordan and Spike Lee with card number 3. This was a PSA 8 and it sold for $44.40. Coming in at number 37 is Michael Jordan's Skylights card from the 1993 Upper Deck basketball set with card number 466. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $45.60. Up next at number 36 is this 1994 Upper Deck MJ Rare Air Michael Jordan, card number 30. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $48 even. Coming in at number 35 is Michael Jordan's Living Legends card from the 1993 Fleer basketball set with card number 4. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $56.40. Up next at number 34 is this 1992 Sports Illustrated for Kids Series 2 Michael Jordan, card number 4. This Jordan was in a PSA 8, and it sold for $62.40. We're headed back to the inaugural 1989 Hoops basketball set at number 33, this time with Michael Jordan's All-Star card with card number 21. This was an SGC 10, and it also sold for $62.40. Up next at number 32 is this 1992 Impale Olympic Cards USA men's basketball team card featuring Michael Jordan with card number 18. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $76.80. Coming in at number 31 is this 1992 Diamond Sports Memorabilia Michael Jordan, card number 12. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $76.80. And kicking off the top 30 of today's list is this 1992 Topps Michael Jordan, card number 141. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $81.60. Up next at number 29 is this 1991 Legends Magazine Insert Silver Border Michael Jordan, card number 11. This was a PSA 9, and it also sold for $81.60. Coming in at number 28 is this 1993 Nike Warner stickers featuring Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny with card number 4. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $86.40. Up next at number 27 is this 1990 Kenner starting lineup brown Michael Jordan. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $91.20. Coming in at number 26 is this 1994 SCD Sports Card Pocket Price Guide Yearbook Michael Jordan. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for just over $100. Up next at number 25 is this 1993 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 23. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $103.20. Coming in at number 24 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Topps Archives Gold Parallel with card number 52. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $103.20. We're headed back to the 1980s for the next couple cards, starting at number 23. With this 1988 Fleer Michael Jordan All-Star with card number 120. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $126. Up next at number 22 is this 1989 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 21. This was an SGC 9.5, and it sold for $162. Coming in at number 21 is this 1993 Topps Gold Michael Jordan, card number 199. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $174. And kicking off the top 20 of today's list is this 1993 Stadium Club Beam Team Michael Jordan, card number 4. This Jordan insert was in a PSA 8, and it sold for $174. Up next at number 19 is this 1994 Upper Deck MJ Rare Michael Jordan, card number 1. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $180. Coming in at number 18 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Fleer All-Stars with card number 6. This was a BGS 9, and it sold for $192. Up next at number 17 is Michael Jordan's sticker from the 1987 Fleer basketball set with sticker number 2. This was a BGS 8.5, and it sold for just short of $200. Coming in at number 16 is this 1994 Upper Deck USA Basketball Gold Medal Michael Jordan, card number 85. This Jordan was in a PSA 10, and it sold for $288. We're headed back to the 1988 Fleer basketball set at number 15, this time with Michael Jordan's base card with card number 17. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $288. Up next at number 14 is this 1994 Upper Deck USA Michael Jordan, card number 85. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $300 even. Coming in at number 13 is this 1994 Collector's Choice Silver Signature Michael Jordan, card number 402. This was a PSA 10, and it also sold for $300. Up next at number 12 is this 1994 Collector's Choice Silver Signature Michael Jordan with card number 240. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $300. Coming in at number 11 is this 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 26. This was a PSA 10, and it also sold for $300. And kicking off the top 10 of today's list is this 1993 Upper Deck Michael Jordan, card number 466. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $324. Up next at number 9 is this 1992 Upper Deck 15,000 Point Club Michael Jordan with card number PC4. This Jordan was in a PSA 10, and it also sold for $324. Coming in at number 8 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1987 Fleer basketball set with card number 59. This was a PSA 7, and it sold for $324. Up next at number 7 is this 1994 Flair Michael Jordan card number 326. This was a PSA 10, and it sold for $348. Coming in at number 6 is Michael Jordan's All-NBA team card from the 1992 Ultra basketball set with card number 4. This was a PSA 10, and it also sold for $348. Alright guys, and before we get to the top 5, I did pull aside 14 Jordan bonus cards to share with you today. We'll start off with this 1992 Upper Deck McDonald's hologram. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $32.40. Up next is this 1991 Upper Deck Bulls checklist featuring Michael Jordan with card number 75. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $31.20. For our third bonus card, I found this 1993 Stadium Club members only Michael Jordan. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $30 even. For our fourth bonus card, I found this 1992 Topps Gold Michael Jordan All-Star card number 115. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $28.80. For another classic junk wax era Jordan, we get this 1990 Hoops Michael Jordan with card number 65. This was an SGC 9.5, and it sold for $27.60. Sticking to the same 1990 Hoops basketball set for our sixth bonus card, we get this team checklist that was featuring Michael Jordan with card number 358. This was also an SGC 9.5, and it sold for $26.40. Up next, we get this 1992 Stadium Club members only Michael Jordan with card number 210. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $26.40. For our eighth bonus card, we get this 1992 Upper Deck Fanimation Michael Jordan with card number 506. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $26.40. For our ninth bonus card, I ran across this 1993 Fleer Sharpshooter Michael Jordan card number 3. This was a PSA 8, and it sold for $26.40. Up next is Michael Jordan's 1993 Upper Deck All-NBA team with card number AN4. This was a PSA 8, and it also sold for $26.40. For our 11th bonus card, I found this 1991 Hoops USA Michael Jordan with card number 579. This was a PSA 9, and it sold for $25.20. Up next is this 1993 Ultra Michael Jordan with card number 30. This was a PSA 9, and it also sold for $25.20. Headed back to the 1990 Hoops basketball set for our 13th bonus card, we get Michael Jordan's All-Star card with card number 5. This was a PSA 9 and it sold for $21.60. And for our 14th and final bonus card, we get this 1991 Fleer Michael Jordan card number 375. This was a PSA 8 and it sold for $15.60. And kicking off the top 5 of today's list is this 1991 Tough Stuff Junior Michael Jordan, card number 3. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $348. Up next at number 4 is this 1994 SP Championship Playoff Heroes die cut Michael Jordan, card number P2. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $468. Coming in at number 3 is this 1993 Fleer All-Stars Michael Jordan, card number 5. This was a PSA 10 and it sold for $1,200. Up next at number 2 is this 1993 Finest Michael Jordan Refractor with card number 1. This refractor was in a PSA 9 and it sold for $1,890. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1989 KOS Michael Jordan, card number 124. This was a PSA 4 and it sold for $3,000 even. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.